Hello and welcome to Park Lane, where today the Sedgley Tigers will be taking on the Dings Crusaders in this third round of the National One Cup. Sedge currently sitting at sixth with 6 points after last week's match against Sale, and Dings sitting at eighth after their loss to Birmingham Moseley last week. We'll get right into the lineups for the home side, Sedgley Tigers. Number 1, we've got John Blanchard. Number 2, Ben Gregory. Number 3, Danny Rylance. Number 4, Samir Tarui. Number 5, Ellis Causey. Number 6, Connor James. Number 7, Lewis Bradley. Number 8, Tom Ailes. Number 9, Matt Sturgis. Number 10, Warren Seals. Number 11, Bertie Bradshaw. Number 12, Captain Matt Riley. Number 13, Nathan Pope. Number 14, Reese Henderson. Number 15, Ollie Glass. And on the bench, we've got Austin Downham, Adam Mallinson, Bob Burtwell, Isaac Deans and Matt Law, with Scott Barrow, the head coach. And for the away side, Dings Crusaders, at number 1, we've got Louis Trevitt. Number 2, Thomas Gwilliam. Number 3, Jimmy Halliwell. Number 4, Paddy Pearce. Number 5, Will Thompson. Number 6, Number 6, Kenzie Jenkins. Number 7, Kofi Cripps. Number 8, Harry Hone. Number 9, Tom Knight. And number 10, George Bolton, the captain. Number 11, Sol Talfa. Number 12, Harry Tarling. Number 13, Diego Bailey. Number 14, Harry Rowson. And number 15, Tom Foote. And on their bench, they've got Tom Glossop, Brian Encube, Aaron Tull, Sam Morton-Smith, Ollie Smith, and their head coach is Luke R. Scott. The referee for today is Ben Wood, and assistant referees are Ian Farrell and Paul Hill. Joining me today, as always, is Tom. How are we looking today? Obviously, a different lineup to usual for the Tigers. We'll start with first. Talk to me about what we can expect from today's match.
So Sedge have started the season quite well. 1 win, 1 loss. They were in a tough game against Sale last week, a derby game at Haywood Road, where they unfortunately came out on the wrong end of that result with a loss. But blew away Esher in the opening game of the season here, where they won by over 40 points, where it was 65-24. There is a few changes. So we've seen Andy Riley has had to make way. He's got a bit of a tight hamstring injury, so there's a little bit of injury news. So Ollie Glass has moved to 15, and Matt Riley's come back into at number 12. So, we've also got to see actually the first official debut for Ellis Causey, who's on a dual registration for his Sale Sharks. So he'll be interesting to see how he's in there at 5. And we also get to see the return of Bertie Bradshaw. Albert Bradshaw made his debut against Esher, scored 2 tries. Didn't play last week against Sale, so you could probably say he was missed. So he'll be a bit more of a dynamite on that left-hand side.
Yeah, you mentioned Andy Riley's out with a tight hamstring, unfortunately, today. A veteran on the Tiger side and a big point scorer for the Tigers as well. How will they fare without him today?
Andy Riley's had a cracking start to the season. So first game of the season, he sets up 1, scores 2 tries. The whole back three actually of Henderson, Bradshaw, and Andy Riley all got 2 tries apiece against Esher in the first home game of the season. And then last week he probably unfairly, maybe depending on who you support, maybe got a try ruled out for being held up. And then he made an absolute cracking last-ditch tackle to save a try and put his opponent into touch. So he'll be a really big miss. He's a stalwart in there at fullback, can play on the wing as well. So, but Ollie Glass is moving to fullback. He's a very versatile player. He's been around the block. He knows exactly what his job is going to be, and I'm pretty sure Ollie will be raring to go as well. So I think if they can use Ollie Glass's being a bit dynamic there at fullback, and he'll give you a bit more tough tackling there at fullback as well, because he's probably more of a natural centre. And if we can see Reese Henderson keep up, if he gets a try today as well, that'll be his 3rd try in his successive games. So I think it'll be an interesting matchup.
Yeah, absolutely. And with the away side coming out now, we can see. What can we expect from them, Tom?
So Dings have had a similar start to Sedge, a 1 win, 1 loss. That loss coming against Birmingham Moseley, where they lost 40-20. That was at Birmingham Moseley. And then they had a dominating performance at home against Plymouth Albion, where they won 46-29. So Dings obviously have come up this year after winning that 2 West last season on 111 points. And notably, they do score a lot of points, as we've seen so far this season. And a notable victory from last year to seal their title was a 109-0 point win versus Camborne. So I expect this game's going to have quite a few points in it.
Yeah, no, that last statistic you mentioned just there made it quite clear that the purpose that they didn't belong in the league below, and they'll be willing to make a statement here as number 15 Tom Foote lines up for the away side. Any second now, we will be on our way. Ball goes up and short, and it's knocked back into Dings Crusaders' hands. They set up a ruck. They're going to start with the ball today. Number 1, Louis Trevitt, goes by himself. Tom Knight passes it out. Goes out left this time. Some early signs of aggression from the Dings side. They're coming out all guns blazing. But Sedge not giving up much in terms of defence. Dings trying to go out wide now. He gets caught up. Switch sides. Out to 10, George Bolton. Looking really dynamic are the visitors here today. Coming out with high energy, high intensity. Short ball from Louis Trevitt to Will Thompson. Out again to Tom Knight. Down the line it goes, and almost an interception from Bertie Bradshaw there. Dings slow it down once again. This is great play from Dings to be attacking for this long, Tom, and not concede a penalty. We know that. Oh, as I say that,
Commentators
curse. Goodness sake.
It was really good line defence there from Sedge. You could hear Scott in the stands there barking his orders. Just have to be patient.
Well, it just shows, Tom, that penalty, the kick for which Warren Seals is lining up for, is on the Tigers' 10-metre line. So they've given up almost no ground in that entire phase of play, which is testament to their strength in defence. Ben Gregory will take in this line out for the Tigers. Tom Ells goes up, securely into the hands, and down the line the ball goes. Matt Riley makes a hard run. Gregory pops out to Seals. Out to Pope. Out to Reece Henderson, and he finds a gap and pops it into Pope. And it's Ollie Glass who'll take the ball over.
Oh, he's give forward pass.
That's really unfortunate. That was an awesome pass of play almost there, Tom.
I think that we just saw then, Joe. Exactly what we spoke about before the game. Nathan Pope hands it off to Reece Henderson, almost breaks through, and then plays a little back one to Pope, and then finds Ollie Glass who's through. And that's what I'm saying about Ollie Glass. He's quite more dynamic, can run forward, make hard, powerful runs. Whereas Andy Riley's a bit more finesse style, and that's what we just saw there.
Yeah, definitely. Andy Riley is definitely one who's always light on his feet, and I agree that the turn of speed from Ollie Glass is a threat as well. But what I like there, Tom, was the unselfishness of the back line there to get caught up in a tackle, not try and keep the ball and go themselves, but to give that ball up and see if the man outside can have a go. But we're scrumming down now. Number 9 Tom Knight's looking for the ball, and out it goes. Out down the line to Diego Bailey. They're looking. That's. We're playing on. That was unfortunate. Spilt pass there from the away side. Went for a cheeky inside pass, and unfortunately it was fumbled. Refs called it back for a scrum. Scrum down, Tigers ball. Second scrum of the match, Tom. Anything we can point out so far from these sides?
Well, we just saw that first scrum and we didn't even move a muscle. So it was a really good scrum from both teams. Sedge pushing Dings back now, but there is a lot of big men in there today.
Yeah, and Reece Henderson looking for the kick through, and it's almost picked up by himself, just spilt forward, unfortunately.
Yeah, he was offside there, Reece Henderson. He was in front of the ball before it was kicked. Again, though, we've seen that now twice when Ollie Glass has picked the ball up there and Reece Henderson has come over from that right-hand side. They're overloading on this near side here. That's something that they must have looked at in the week.
Yeah, it definitely almost looks like second nature. You know, the first thing any of those backliners do when they get the ball is look up and see who's around them, view their options before making any selfish decisions. Dings line out, goes to the floor. Referee awards a knock on.
It's our third scrum now, Joe. I reckon if we called a draw on that first one, I think Sedge probably definitely won that second one, so we'll see. It's probably 1-0 now.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll see if Dings can try and respond.
Things were pretty equal in the initial stages of that first scrum, and it just went Tigers' way. Perhaps them having the ball has something to do with that. In the ball goes. Looks like Ailes is going to pick it up, pop it out to Sturgis. He pops it inside to Matt Riley. Ailes now. He takes a hard hit. Down he goes. Ellis Causey has a go. And back it goes to Seals, who sends it over the top. In the hands of George Bolton now. Crunching tackle from Ben Gregory. Stops him in his tracks. Fantastic counter-ruck from that man too. Dings goes short in the form of Will Thompson. Dings slowing it down, looked to be setting up for a box kick. Out of the hands of Tom Knight. Over it goes. And straight into touch. Dings have done that a couple of times now, Tom, where they've looked quite good, looked dynamic, and like they're gonna do something with the ball, and then as soon as they come under a bit of pressure from the Tigers, for example, that crunching tackle from Ben Gregory, they seem to slow it down. Is that a sign of their confidence taking a knock, or is that perhaps just part of the game plan?
I think the game plan is to try and get through this first 10 minutes. I think they know Tigers start strong, so if they can get through the opening 10 minutes, they might grow into the game.
Speaking of starting strong, through the hands of Lewis Bradley it goes. Matt Riley beats one, he's taken down. Ben Gregory now has a go. In the hands of Danny Rylance now. Warren Seals cuts in. Think he might have seen a gap. Ellis calls it. Ooh, number 12, Harry Tarlin, thought he could see a chance for an interception there. Tigers playing a really safe ball now, and out wide they go.
This is good line defence here from Dings.
I was going to say that's the same thing, Tom.
You can hear Lucas Scott shouting line speed, demanding his players to get out.
And they're doing just that. They're defending with real aggression and speed, Tom. Getting right up in. Two-man to every tackle. making sure they're stopping him in his tracks, not giving Tigers any room, not letting them make any ground. But out wide they'd go to Nathan Pope. He's caught up again, look. Fast hands from Tigers, and it's just dropped, and referee calls advantage, play on, and out it goes. Referee's going to bring it back for the initial knock-on. Decent passage of play there, Tom, from both sides. Dings really not giving Tigers an inch of wiggle room. We've hardly seen any chance for any points apart from that one missed pass at the start, Tom. Is this something we can expect for the rest of the game, or do you think
I think it's entered a bit of a chess match at the minute. I mean, Sedge are dominating the ball, trying to break down Dings' defence, tire them out. But you can just see these people floating around. I think you've highlighted Harry Tyler, number 12. He's highlighting that interception. They're trying to hit Sedge on that counter attack.
Yeah, it's not even just about that, Tommy. That attempt for interception goes further in that it's keeping that pressure, keeping their finger on the pulse, keeping their boot on a Tiger's neck, not letting them try anything, showing them that if they slip up, it could well cost them a try.
There's another strong scrum, that.
Bertie Bradshaw's making a run now.
I think that's there. Right, that moment then is when you're going to see a try come for Sedge in this game, if he's going to be anywhere. Straight out, Tom Hales has done that twice now, picked it up out the back of the scrum, give it off to Sturgeon, and then that's how they get the overload over on the wings. Yeah,
fast hands is something the Tigers do really well in their back line. Just getting that ball out wide, spotting the overlap, and committing the men to the attack, trying to find that space, and failing that, create space with that with the fast hands. There's going to be a Dings scrum now. Just waiting for Ben Gregory to finish tying his laces. Both sides really bringing some size of their own, as shown by the quality of that drive, and it's just wheeling in the Tigers' favour.
That was a better response from Dings in that scrum.
Yeah, almost a smart play from Dings there, allowing Tigers to wheel that scrum, force the penalty, and out the ball goes off the foot of number 9 Tom Knight for the second Dings line out. As Causey getting a bit too keen for the ref's liking on that one. Up it goes, and it's just spilt back into the hands of John Blanchard. Tigers have the ball now. Ref blows his whistle.
2 line-outs for Dings there, Joe. 2 knock-ons.
Clearly something they've not worked on too hard. Perhaps they've put all their time into the scrumming because they were looking strong there, Tom, but line-outs less, not so much. Quite often, Tom, it's the thrower in lineouts gets the blame for the ball not being straight. And that's the easy excuse. Is that the case here, or is this come down to the execution of the lift as well?
I think it's a combination of both there, and maybe just the actual receiving. I think the wind actually is playing a bit of a factor. I think it's going in straight, and then the wind's probably just taking the ball a bit higher, a bit further, taking it away from the.
That's a solid point. I forget there's a cross breeze on the pitch when we were up in here in the shelter. But the ball goes long off Tigers' boot. Dings number 14, Harry Rowson, creates a counter attack. Ball spilt, but Dings keep it. Out it goes now. Fast hands. Finding the space. Oh, another attempt at a little pass inside that's dropped forward. Simple errors like this, Tom, is starting to become a little thorn in the side of Dings in terms of creating any try-scoring opportunities. They were looking good there for a moment, getting the ball out wide, with pace, and then that's the second time that little pass inside on out the back of a tackle has cost them a penalty.
Yeah, I think if you asked Luke Ascot what's the problem at the minute, is that they're not, when they're creating play, or the wind's kept that ball in as well there. When they're creating chances, they keep making a bit of unforced errors. And I think if you ask Scott Barrow as well, he'd probably say the same thing. That's a good kick though from Glass.
That's a great kick. Bertie Bradshaw's on chasing, doesn't quite make it in time before ball finds touch, but a great kick it was. It will be a Dings line out, 10 metres out from their touchline. They really need to lock in here, Tom. They'd be lucky to come out of this without conceding a try. They hold the ball in that maul, slowly making ground. And Danny Rylant's in there fighting for that ball. Down it goes. And Tigers are awarded the penalty. Great stuff, as usual, from the Tigers forwards and on line-out form as usual. Referee stopped the clock, so Danny Rylance can have a word. And who is out on the floor, Tom?
I think it's Ben Gregory. Just looks like it's maybe his lower back or his hip. Maybe even a bit of a glute problem in there.
Something within that region. But he's receiving treatment as we speak. Gives a chance for the boys to grab a drink of water. And a chance for us, Tom, to talk about what we've seen so far. Forgive me for saying this, but not much really in the way of any points, at least. Both teams seem pretty equal in attack and defence, keeping each other at bay, keeping each other honest. But unfortunately, when it comes to the final execution, both teams seem to be cracking under the pressure.
Yeah, I think both teams have probably made a lot of unforced errors so far in this first half, and I think maybe in the opening few minutes we saw a bit of where both teams trying to suss each other out, and the way this game's gone so far in the opening 17 minutes is that Sedge have dominated the ball and just trying to open up Dings out however they can. But Dings have actually responded well after that first 10 minutes, and despite being under a lot of pressure, they've coped with it quite well. And there has been a few opportunities where they can counter-attack on that Tigers. But the scrums have definitely been a positive, as we'll see now.
Yeah, and out the ball comes of that Tigers scrum. Matt Sturgis has a go. He's on the ball again now. Tries the inside pass. Referee's going to bring it back.
Yeah, it was offside, I think.
Yeah, referee confirms that, so it's going to be a Tigers penalty. Tom Hale showing a bit of fancy footwork there. And Warren Seals finds touch on the 5. Definitely got a more forgiving linesman this week, Tom. I don't know if you remember the linesman at Sale away last week. Wouldn't give Seals an inch when he was trying to find that 5 metre line.
No.
Much the annoyance of him. Up the ball goes. And a Tigers maul is formed. Slowly encroaching.
That's a really sloppy error.
That's unfortunate, Tom.
Really sloppy error. You can see Ben Gregory there. He's really animated about that.
He is not happy. It's cost the Tigers an almost guarantee of a try. As we've seen in the past, their driving maul off the back of a line-out is seriously a force to be reckoned with. That chance has since been spoiled for them, so it will be a Dings scrum just outside their 5 metre. Big defensive effort needed here, Tom. In it goes. And out it comes. Almost. Scrum's driving sideways. Dings going, got to take the inside line. Ball comes off the foot.
That was a fabulous kick.
Hearing shouts from 22, Tom. Referee gives it.
It was a great kick.
Fantastic kick on the fly as well. Starting to see some real drive from Dings now. Still can't quite seem to narrow down their line-out technique, but the Tom Knight Dings tries to go quickly. Referee brings him back to the right spot. Deliberating going on amongst the visiting side. Still 0-0 here at Park Lane, 20 minutes into the first half. Coming back for a Dings line out again. Up it goes again, the bat at the back this time. Straight onto the floor, and out the back comes Kofi Cripps. Quick hands out to George Bolton. Changing directions again. There's a nice little tap pass there from Louis Trevitt. And it's put Kenzie Jenkins in for the first try of the day. Beautiful little bit of handwork there. Resulted in the 5-point opener at long last. 21 minutes into this first half. Kenzie Jenkins will be happy with that one, as Tom Knight lines up for the extras. And straight through the middle it goes, cool as you like. Tom Knight with the extras. Dings Crusaders 7, Tigers 0, 22 minutes into this first half. We'll have now Tigers' first restart of the game. Chance for us to see if Warren Seals' kicking skills are up to his normal standard. And it's a beautiful placement, right in the space between players. Knight goes left. And Kofi Cripps is stopped in his tracks. Dings slow it down for a kick out the back off Tom Knight's boot, and it just spills out of the hands of Ollie Glass. But Ailes is with it now. Counter right from Dings, referee doesn't allow it. Calls for off the feet. And number 15, Tom Foote, finds touch for Dings.
Tigers just need to be careful here. They've dominated possession practically the whole of this first 20 minutes. And then a little spark from that 50-22 from, I think it was the number 14, Harry Rowson. And just put themselves, Dings actually, first chance of the game to put Sedge under any pressure, and they've managed to get themselves with points on the board. And Tigers just need to be careful that they don't extend that lead.
Yeah, exactly. One tries one thing. 2 tries seriously extends the deficit. Dings with the ball, looking really dynamic now. Tom Foot takes it outside. Back inside into Tom Knight. Out left again. He's still going. Number 6, Kenzie Jenkins. Will it be number 4? My mistake, Paddy Pearce. Almost makes it. Great effort from him to keep going.
It was almost another moment there, Joe. Dings nearly extending that lead. Tigers just need to get out of this little rough patch in this now and gain back the momentum that they've had for the majority of this first half.
Yeah, so they got themselves into a bit of a funk after conceding that one. And I think that spark, as you mentioned, took them quite by surprise. And they just need to shake it off and stick to what they know. As we've seen for the majority of this match so far, they're not afraid to be up front in defence. Just need to narrow down the execution of that attacking plan, and hopefully we'll see a reply. But up goes Ailes, straight into the hands and into a Tigers maul. Gregory at the back. Tigers still going. And outright goes Reece Henderson. Referee's really fond of his whistle today. Dings line out. Up it goes. And intercepted by Ben Gregory off the back. Ailes tries again. Oh, I was almost going to say that throw didn't look straight, Tom, but Gregory cut me short. Samir Tarui now. Matt Riley takes a low pass, goes himself. Tom Ailes again. Just spills the ball, and 13, Diego Bailey scoops it up, wins the ball back for Dings. Out the right for a tap off a foot from Harry Rowson. Inside now. Ball through the hands. Spilt again. That's come off number 4, Paddy Pearce. Referees awarded a knock on. Perhaps passing, or rather accuracy of passing, something they perhaps need to work on, Tom. It seems to be their downfall so far. I've lost count of how many times it's cost them a penalty. Meanwhile, referees called time off. I think that's Danny Rylance on the floor. No, that's Gregory again.
Yeah, it's Ben Gregory again. Looks like it's the same problem. It looks like it's his left hip or his hips of some kind.
Yeah. Nasty place for a cramp. If you're just joining us, we're 27 minutes in. The visitors Dings Crusaders leading by 7. Tigers still yet to score. Gregory makes it back onto his feet. Be back underway shortly. That try we saw before from Jenkins was his 3rd this season. He currently putting him at top try scorer for the Crusaders. As we're slowly getting the scrum underway. Tigers ball, in it goes. Referee awards Dings the penalty. Much to their delight. Looks like Tom Foot. No. Tom Knight's going to go for the points.
Should be a straightforward kick if he's got the legs.
I'm just worried about the wind, Tom. Yeah, it's not a short kick. I mean, we've seen how much that ball's been affected in the air in lineouts.
Yeah, the wind seems to be swirling a little bit out there.
Up it goes. And get it, he does not. So it's going to be 22 dropout for Tigers. We said it was a difficult kick, Tom. Unfortunately, went just wide.
Yeah, he definitely had the leg.
You can see it there, Tom. Look how much speed the ball lost in the air then. But Dings with the ball now. Inside to Harry Hone. Out left the ball goes. Tom Foot's having a go. That short pass lands this time.
That was great work from Tarawi. Oh,
that was a solid count in the ruck, but to no avail. Matt Riley slings a pass back into Ollie Glass. Tom Ailes comes through the middle. Dings looking really strong in defence, shutting down anything Tigers throw at them, and as such, Sturgis will set up for a box kick. Bradshaw makes a solid chase. But Tom Foot does really well to make so much ground there.
I think it might have been high as well. That looks like they've got a penalty advantage.
That was a great pass out from Cripps there. Knight brings it inside. And Louis Trevitt has a go. Inside again, this time to George Bolton. He breaks the first tackle, pops it inside, and again to
Lovely
Thomas William,
offload.
who will go over for a second Dings Crusaders try. Right straight under the posts. Seems they've sussed out the problems they were having with those quick hands, and as such, have come away with a try. That's all they needed to do, Tom, was just, you know, hammer down on those silly mistakes and make the most of the chances they get when they get them.
Yeah, that try was I mean, Sedge could have, well, they did turn the ball over in the end from that Tarawi counter ruck, but you could just see there's a bit of something happening out there for Dings now. They've got that bit between the teeth, and they look like they're going to try and put a lot more points on the board. I think in the first 20 minutes, you couldn't see them getting out of their own half, and now 12 minutes later, they're 14 points up.
Well, that was it. It was almost that 50-22 which caused the avalanche now. Sparked the fire, and Tigers will want to pull something in the bag fairly soon, or risk losing the game. With 8 minutes left of this half, Tigers win the ball back. Lewis Bradley now. resilient in attack as ever. Gripping onto that ball. Ailes, as a go, hits the gap. Oh, and just drops the ball forward. Will they go for the posts? I think that'll be a wise idea here, Tom, at least.
You can see them calling. They're calling for it maybe on the side, but Seals hasn't looked over and he's going to put this somewhere near the 5.
And it's a decent kick.
It's a great kick.
Sticking to the game plan, I think, is the case here, Tom. Go through the motions, do what they know they're good at, which is that post line-out maul. We'll see if it goes undisrupted this time, though. Up goes Ellis Causey. Brings it down for Tigers maul. And I can just see Paddy Pearce at the bottom of that, causing trouble. But Matt Riley goes now, breaks 2 tackles. 5 metres out. Tarui now. Tigers playing with real speed now, and a nice handoff from Gregory there. Ref's going to bring it back for a Tigers penalty. Looks like that was for collapsing a maul, Tom. I mentioned I could see Paddy Pearce at the bottom of it.
Yeah, it looked like to me that Dings had... there was no way that maul was getting set up, basically. They knew what was going to happen. They were trying to collapse that from the start.
A risky tactic, but let's put them right back in the place where they started, Tom. Another Tigers line out and up. Connor James goes now. Back into a Tigers maul, looking a lot stronger this time, making ground. Gregory has the ball at the back. Ailes comes in to help. And over it goes. I don't think ref
just short.
We can see it, but ref is on the opposite side. And he calls held up. That's really unfortunate for Tigers.
It looks, as he's just getting up now, it looks just short.
That's a tough break for Tigers. They could have done with some points after the deliberation about the penalty kick, and not electing for that option has been fruitless so far. Yeah, Dings Scrum on the 5 now, though. 1 step forward, 2 steps back for Tigers there, Tom.
Yeah, much better response though from Tigers after that. After going down now 2 scores, the bat Dings up into their own 5 here. They're gonna, I'm gonna assume that Dings are gonna try and kick this ball away and gain some territory. So they'll need to.
You assumed wrong, Tom. You know what they say about that. Out is to Nathan Pope now. He kicks the ball for Bradshaw, but he doesn't quite get there. Dings are going to try and take it quickly. And that they do. Ollie Glass on the receiving end of that, of Rowson's kick. And away he goes. Sidesteps Tom Knight, brought down by Jenkins. Cute little step there from Connor James. And it's Ellis Causey having a go now. That's a big
man running there.
Took a lot to stop him. Out goes Seals now. Out the back pass to Pope. Into the hands of... Who's that now?
Oh, that was a great tackle.
Try-saving tackle there from...
It was a little tap tackle on Reece Henderson. I think it was number 10 actually. George Bolton. Henderson looked like he got away from everyone.
Tigers really being given no room to breathe here, Tom. No wiggle room whatsoever. Dings really strong in defence.
He's going for the corner again, Joe. With only 2 minutes to go in this first half, I think it's probably a brave tactic, but they've definitely ramped the pressure up now with Tigers.
They're looking better with each line-out, Tom, so hopefully this will be the one that will see them come away with some points at the end of this half. Yeah, I think leaving the pitch with a donut wouldn't be a great feeling for the players or the coach, Scott Barrow. Up goes Ailes, and he's just been outreached by Jenkins. So Dings with the ball now. Kofi has a really
great work
run
from
there.
Seals. Great work from Seals.
And it's a great job from Seals there to win Tigers the penalty. Nathan Pope's just taken a knee for a moment. I think he might have taken a bit of a knock.
Yeah, that was great work there from Warren Seals. Made the tackle. And then managed to win himself a penalty in the breakdown there. Oh, that's not.
And just as you were saying all those nice things about him, Tom, that kick goes slightly wayward. Misses touch.
That missed touch by about 5 or 6 yards to the right there, Joe. I think that's got to be the wind, surely. So the wind has got to be playing a factor.
I was going to say, I feel much more comfortable blaming that one on the wind. But then even that comes down to a lack of consideration from Seals. So it's a Dings scrum that will see out this half. The visitors currently leading 14 points to 0. Things just really haven't quite gone to plan for Tigers in this half. As Tom Knight searches for the ball under the masses, and out the ball goes. Off his boot, and that's the half. Really, really great exhibition of skill and intensity from the visitors in that first half, Tom. They've come away with 14 points over the Tigers, who so often look so strong with the home advantage on their home ground. What would you say was the defining difference, and therefore, the defining reason for that scoreline?
If you're looking at it from a Dings perspective, I think one word to sum up their performance in that first half has been patience. They've showed in that first half that they can swallow up them Tigers attacks. If they want to dig in, they can dig in and defend. They're not afraid to defend inside their own 22 or inside their own half. And then we saw about halfway through that first half, a spark was lit from that 50-22, which drove them right up the field, and almost like a bit of in a boxing match, for example, if someone a little quick jab to the face almost stunned Sedge a little bit there, and that kind of ignited that attack for them. And then for Sedge, probably frustrating. They've had chances they've probably been a lot of unforced errors in there where they've got Dings backed up against their own try line, and they've just made sloppy mistakes and they've not converted them into points. So if you were to say it's a 14-0 game, it's probably a lot tighter than that. And I expect in that second half that Tigers are going to come out quite ferociously now to try and get at least some points on the board, and try and see if that Dings defence will tire out sooner rather than later. Yeah,
you would have thought Tigers would come away with at least one try in this half with how well they're playing right up until the point of scoring. I think you called it earlier on, Tom. You said that if Dings could outlast that first 10 minutes of pure Tigers intensity, wait for them to slow it down a bit, capitalise on the arising mistakes, and they did just that, Tom. They let Tigers make the mistakes when they had the ball, and made the most of possession they had. Came away with 2 beautiful team tries. It really, put their handling skills to the test. We saw that was a bit wobbly earlier on, but like I say, visitors are leading 14-0 here at Park Lane, and we will see you in a minute once play gets underway in the second half. Hello and welcome back to Park Lane, where Tigers and Crusaders are re-entering the pitch. The visitors currently leading 14 points to 0. After that roller coaster of a first half, at least from a Tigers point of view, came so close to scoring so many times, but it was only the visitors who managed to finish out their chances. Ball's in the hands of Warren Seals, who will kick off this second half.
Looks like we've got a change there as well, Joe. Looks like Isaac Deans has come on. I'm just scouring that front line.
Up the ball goes. Securely into the hands of Harry Hone. Reece Henderson just gets the ball in the way of that pass there. Accidental obstruction.
I think it's Danny Rylands who's made way for that change for Isaac Deans, so I'm assuming that means that Sammy Terrara will move into prop in at tight head. Isaac Deans will go in at flanker with Connor James moving in at lock. So a bit of a shift in that front pack.
Yeah, and it's one that we will hope to see in the next scrum. I don't know where I was going with that one. Tom Foote finds touch for the Dings.
A quick mention, Joe, as well. Thanks to Crack Riley, father of Andy Riley and Matt Riley, for giving us some mints. Uncle Joe's mint balls at half time.
Desperately trying not to give away that I'm eating one now. Forward ball from Dings there. Looking a bit dangerous there as well. Harry Tarling just coming with a bit too much intensity, perhaps.
Fill the backfield. Fill the backfield.
Tigers scrum down now. We'll see what difference the half-time changes have made. Both sides holding really steady. Ball out to Seals. Pope. Glass. And Bradshaw on the wing. He makes a really good run. Back inside to Ailes. Sturgis almost interrupted there. John Blanchard now. He's scooped up. And over the top.
He's going to bring it back.
Bit of a erroneous pass from Warren Seals there, but like I say, Tommy, we'll bring it back for that high tackle on Blanchard. I think that was just initially was perhaps all right, and those arms slided up just a little bit as he came into contact. But it looks like Seals is going to go for points. First time in this match.
First time to see Steve K, Scalpy, coming on with his pink boots.
Beautiful. Seals been pretty consistent with his kicks so far in this game, but this is the first one for the posts. Up and through it goes for Tigers. First points of the game. 3 points for that kick from Warren Seals, and back we come for the Dings restart. Dings restart. Safety into Tigers' hands. Reece Henderson is on a solid chase and almost gets a hand to it. Diego Bailey has a go now in response. Out the ball goes to Kofi Cripps. Outside to Taufa. Just kept in by him. And it looks to be, Ayles's arm looks to be really tight around Dings player's neck there. It's a bit of a messy breakdown, but Tom Knight comes away with it. Missed pass into the hands of
good tackle
Aaron
from Blanchard there.
Cripps again. Oh, Pope really up front and attack there. That was a nasty chop tackle from his inside man. Tigers really exhibiting some intensity in defence. Not giving Dings an inch. Payback for the first half. He crossed his sides. Oh, and it's just spilt forward by number 14, Harry Rowson. Great at kicking, it seems, but not at catching, as he was the one to grab that 50-22, which sparked it all off for Dings in the first half. But it's going to be a scrum down, Tigers ball. And we saw in that first scrum, Tom, even with fresh legs, scrum, both sides still very equal, meaning that physicality won't win either side any sort of advantage here. It'll all come down to technique and execution as we reset for a second try at this scrum, just inside the Dings half.
Yeah, two new front rows in there, not complete front rows, but the two new matchups. So Tarawi's moved into that front row in a tight head, and looks like Brian Akube's come on. I think it's for Jimmy Halliwell in there. Got
Matt Law who's gone to flanker as well, as Ailes comes out the back of it. Ollie Glass now. He's got Reece Henderson outside him. Down he goes. Inside to Ellis Causey. Great counter right there by Paddy Pearce, putting pressure on the Tigers offence, but Ailes goes himself. Spins into contact. Oh, and it just bounces off the chest of Ben Gregory. Not quite recovered. And referee calls for a knock-on. Seeing much the same as we did in the first half here, Tom. Neither side giving the other an inch, bar that penalty from Seals earlier on. We've really not seen any points of or try-scoring opportunities at least from either side. Both keeping it near enough in the centre of the pitch, not being really up front in defence. Clearly, they've not lost any gout in the dressing room. How long can we expect this to last?
Well, I think, like I said, the game's been it's been quite a tough game for both teams, really. I think, and we said just before the break that Dings have really not been afraid to dig in and soak up that Tigers pressure and try and force the mistakes like we've just seen then. I bet there's been over double digit of knock-ons in this game.
Easily by
That's a
now.
lot better from Tigers in that scrum. Scrums have really been good today.
Yeah, they've definitely been a point to watch as well. A lot of decent plays have come off the back of them. And this time, Tigers have won themselves a penalty.
It looks like they're going for the sticks as well, going for the points.
That'll be a second penalty scoring attempt from Warren Seals. We'll see if this first one goes as well as the last. And it's a great kick, and he gets it straight through the post. A lot of power behind that one. It'll be a Dings restart now. Tom Foot taking his time to reach the line. Chance for both sides to get some waters on board. Hydration's key in this September sun.
Looks like there's a bit of a problem with I think it's the radio packs for the referee.
Oh, yeah.
Seen another couple changes there for Tigers. Austin Downham's come on to replace John Blanchard, and Bob Birtwell has entered the field to replace Ellis Causey.
We're getting back underway now. Tom Foot sends it long and spinning into the arms of Matt Law. He has a go himself. Matt Sturgis setting up for a box kick now. Over it goes. High in the air. Henderson's on the end of it. Matt Law gets to it first though. Pass it off to Diego Bailey. He's put under an enormous amount of defensive pressure from Tigers. Dings retain the ball. Harry Hones bounced back in the direction which he came. As Tigers conceded a penalty. Out the ball goes for a Dings line out, and Tom Ells comes flying around, leaves a gap for Tom Knight, who just drops the ball seemingly out of nowhere. That's unfortunate for him.
I think he tried a little reverse pass there, didn't he?
To nobody.
And I think the ball's probably just slipped out of his hand.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but great eyes from him to spot that gap. Tom Ells just a little bit too keen there, coming flying around the side, leaving his inside man wide open. Tigers scrum down. See if they're retaining that strength before I get a chance to finish the sentence. Referee calls for a reset. You see Danny Rylance jogging along the pitch in front of us. Perhaps he's warming up to come back on. Put in from Sturgis. And out the back it comes to Seals. And now Pope. Oh, Reese just Henderson just gets in the way of that pass outside. It's scooped up by, I think that's Rowson, but unfortunately he's taken into touch. So it'll be a Tigers line out just inside the Dings half. Obviously no points to make note of in these last few minutes, Tom, but anything catch your eye?
No, not really. It's been a bit of a dreary last 5 minutes, really.
It's very equal
for both teams. But Dings now, apart from that little moment where Tom Knight nearly broke through, but there's been quite a few of unforced errors so far.
And it's a beautifully lofted pass out to Soltaufer. Inside now to Jenkins. Bolton inside, or rather outside to his outside man. Tartling now. Oh, Gwilliam does really well to get the ball away there. Dings are awarded a penalty, and Tom Knight has taken it quickly. He's done really well to make a lot of ground. Dings looking really dangerous now. Out the ball goes out to Diego Bailey. Inside to Soltaufer. Can he quite fight? That's a great tackle from, is that Ollie Glass? Reese Henderson, rather. Try-saving tackle. I thought for sure that Taufer was in then. But he just used that size advantage to drive the man out into touch.
Just apologies for the graphics if it's showing you that it's now on second half. He's only a little bit of a technical error there, but it are in the second half if it was showing you that we were here in the first half.
Yeah, and if you're just joining us, we are 15 minutes into that second half. Dings still leading with 14 points, but Tigers have brought it back in some ways, scored themselves 2 penalties as the goal line dropout sails out into the hands of Soltaufer. Brought down by Austin Downham.
Tom Hales almost just turned the ball over to Dings then. Pick the ball up and give it the scrum half.
Speaking of which, a similar thing happens there, and the referee brings it back for the initial offence.
Now the referee's just giving a penalty there on Tom Hales.
Tom Foot finds touch.
Isaac Deans is receiving a bit of treatment. I don't know if this is I think it might have been a little head injury. He's just being assessed.
He has had an intense, first visit onto the pitch. I wouldn't be surprised if he's taken a knock. Despite all the sort of the lack of point scoring action in this game, it has been a physical contest. Both sides fronting up in defence, shutting down anything that gets thrown at him. Tom Knight's just been brought off for.
I think it's Ollie Smith, Joe.
I think you're
right. I know he's wearing 21, and we're definitely on our sheets we haven't got a number 21, but I think it's Ollie Smith.
Yeah, a little bit disconcerted there, but a great pick up from Ben Gregor off the back of that Dings line out.
Look at the hooker
And
go.
he's beaten 3 men. The 4th one takes him down. Inside to Adam Mallinson now. Matt Riley goes himself. Sturgis takes it quickly. Inside to Ollie Glass.
We've not seen enough of that, have we, Joe? We've not seen any of them
Absolutely.
big dynamic runs. We've not really spoke about Tom Hales making runs.
We've not had
line-breaking runs.
Not had much to talk about the Tigers in this first half, but they're showing real signs of intent now. Tom Hales beats the first man, brought down by his opposite man. Ball out to Isaac Deans. He's back on his feet, but just gives away a pen for the Tigers, and seemingly an extra 10 for some feedback there to the ref. Unfortunate. So much momentum lost for a silly mistake, Tom. Frustrating from a Tigers point of view, to say the least. We've been waiting all this time for a try score opportunity, 18 minutes even, and it's just cut short by the spilt ball.
Yeah, and then to march them back another 10 for dissent is just another bit of a...
Rubbing salt in the wound, isn't it, really?
Yeah, that's kind of summed up the game so far for Tigers. I don't necessarily think it's been a bad performance. I think it's been quite a frustrating one. They've shown glimpses of what they're capable of, and full credit to Dings. They've forced mistakes from Tigers, but I think if you ask Scott right now, a lot of them have probably been unforced errors that have stopped Tigers in the tracks.
Yeah, and as you were saying that, Samir Tarui takes a seat on the bench, and Danny Reinhardt has come back on as the ball lands in the hands of Nathan Pope. Seals now, out to Ailes. Into Matt Riley. He is a hard runner, that man.
He came in from the side.
Yeah, I don't think that was quite legal.
He's given a knock on, the referee.
Maybe he blinked or something. Matt Riley has a word. But it will be a scrum down on the Dings 10 metre line.
I think he's actually given a knock on from the tackle on Matt Riley. And it
was even before
I
that.
think he's given it for before
That's
that
all right.
little phase of play there.
But I think that yeah. Ollie Smith on the ball to put in for Dings now. And it's a great shove from Tigers. Great drive from them. But fruitless. And it's cost them a penalty.
That seemed harsh, that one. A lot of unhappy supporters in the stand there did not like that call from
Be surprised if you
Benjamin Wood.
watching at home couldn't see it. Gwilliam on the ball for the Dings lineup now, and they finally get the ball to hands. And it's not straight.
A few cheers.
Have that. Yeah, it looks like some workshopping really needs, or some attention rather, needs paying to these lineouts. I know the wind can't help, but the number of drops versus the number of times, or even the number of times the ball's gone to hand at all, it's really something that needs working on. at this level, especially. Tigers scrum on their 10 metre. Stowe just pops it in and sends it out to Matt Riley, who just misses the pass. I think Sturgis was under, excuse me, under tremendous pressure from the flanker on the far side of that scrum as we're looking at it. Slowed things down for him a bit there. But they come away with the penalty, and Warren Seals is going to find touch once again. And it's a great nudge. And touch he finds just outside the Dings 22. See if they can carry this positive momentum into their half. Yeah, one of the few visits they've had into the deeper reaches of their half. Referees just called time off while I think that's Brian Incube and Aaron Toole coming on for Dings. And coming off is Thomas Gwilliam. Ball into hands of Tom Ailes once again. But unfortunately the ball meets the floor before it does Sturgis' hands. So it'll be a Dings scrum. Missing out on that will also be Harry Hone, who's come off. He's had a positive few runs to recent memory. Strong on the ball. Gregory looks unhappy to be being replaced by Mallinson. Ball in for Dings. Tigers crabbing the scrum across, looking really strong. Driving Dings back.
Great work from Sturgis.
And it wins them the ball.
Good scrum as well, great scrum.
Did really well to overpower the opposite numbers.
I think looks like Matt Law's come on as well for Matt Riley, so he'll go in at centre.
Dings, or rather Tigers scrum down on the 22. Done really well to exhibit dominance in these phases of play, these set pieces. And it's Isaac Deans with the ball now. Little misstep. My mistake, Matt Law, sorry. But it's Tigers still with the ball. Great run from Mallinson. Seals with the ball out to Pope. He's
did well with that one.
Hung him out to dry there a little bit. Found him in space and on the receiving end of a Diego Bailey tackle. But Lewis Bradley's with the ball still. And missed pass, misses too many hands and goes straight into touch. That's unfortunate. Another silly mistake costing Tigers the ball. Seems to be a recurring theme and one we hope not to make a habit out of, Tom.
Yeah, I think that passage of play there has probably been how the game's been for the majority of the game, really, for Tigers. They do well to turn the ball over, win a penalty from the scrum, dominate the scrum, work it well, and then an unforced error just turns the ball over.
Yeah, it'd be definitely something they'll need to look at in next week's training sessions. But looking really long in set piece at least, as Morton Smith has a go for Dings. Ball sent over the top and into the hands of Ollie Glass, whose counter-attack has been cut short for... Apparently he's been called once for, I believe, obstruction, and then a second time for back chatter. Bob Burtwell's having a word. Frustrating that, Tom. You know, Ollie Glass looked in a really strong position to do what he does well and make a really dynamic run, cutting up the scattered opposing defence, only to be cut short by a frustrating decision such as that one.
Yeah, there didn't seem to be too many complaints actually from the Dings players before the referee gave that penalty. And then obviously Warren Seals hasn't taken too kindly to that decision being given against him, and not only did they give away a penalty on the halfway line and then get marched 10 metres further back for a bit of back chat, and now they're under pressure on just outside their own 5.
I was going to say further back they are now, defending on their 5 metre line. Dings make a really good run, getting closer by the second. That's a great charge. Has he got it down? Referee's looking.
I think it's just short.
Play it out again. Oh, and it's a great interception from Reece Henderson.
It was definitely Reece Henderson who knocked the ball.
Yeah, I was about to get really excited. I think even he knew that the whistle was going to be called then. Referee, let us get our hopes up for just half a second before blowing that whistle.
Yeah, the question's going to be now: has he stopped? Yeah, was it a deliberate knock on? It didn't look like it to me. I think he's clearly gone. It was definitely a catchable pass.
Yeah. You know, he's not set into the floor intentionally. But referee's having a word with his linesman, deliberating the offence.
Doesn't look like he's going to do it. He has deemed it to be deliberate.
Just waiting on a decision. Yeah, it's going to. So the Dings are going to go for the points here, after being awarded that penalty.
Well, he's actually give offside, so I don't know if he's maybe gone through that penalty first before the knock on from Henderson. He's probably saying he was offside
and avoided the tricky decision. Well, finally, this will hopefully see some points on the board. Something that's been found to be scarce in today's matchup, but it's not. That's not to say that hasn't been a tough contest. Both sides really throwing it all at each other and just brought down by handling errors and the like. George Bolton now will be taking the penalty instead of Tom Foote. And he slots it straight through the post, easy as you like, to win Dings an extra 3 points. With 10 minutes left to go of this match, Tom, if the Tigers keep playing the way they do, and I say that as they very nearly send a kick too short off Seals' boot, if they keep playing the way they did, I can't expect to see a turnaround for them today.
Well, Dings are leading by 11 points now, so it's 2 tries. That's what they've got to do.
Not impossible, but they're definitely making it a difficult task for themselves. Ollie Glass now with the ball, making another run. Brings 2 men with him. Inside to Austin Downham. And Dings rewarded the penalty for not rolling away. And there'll be a scrum down Dings ball once Danny Rylance finds his feet. And can't quite see who that is receiving treatment. Austin Downham. He did make a hard run into the arms of his opposite man. Taking a moment to walk that one off before we get back underway. Waterboys taking a minute to leave the pitch, and out the ball goes off the boot of Tom Foot's foot even, and it will be a Dings line out just inside the Tigers 10-metre line. So threw that one in before referee had a chance to check the line up rather. Safely into the hands of Jenkins it goes. Tigers doing what they can to disrupt. The ball's gone to the floor now. Bolton. Nakube now. Bailey inside to Jenkins. Ollie Smith plays it out to Thompson. Playing really safe ball here at Dings. Waiting for an opportunity like that one. Thought he saw a gap. Ball comes rolling out the back of that line. Tom Foot goes for the kick over the top. It's blocked by his opposite man, and referees awarded a penalty. Seals a look for touch once again. And we'll come back right in front of us, just inside the Dings half for a Tigers line out. Mallinson on the ball. Up it goes, securely into Ayles's hands, out to Seals.
Go on.
Lewis Bradley makes a break. Jenkins just catches up with him. Seals again now. Inside to Danny Rylance. Out to Ayles. He has a go himself. Tigers looking really dangerous here. Rylance. He's cut short. Connor James. The ball's just spilt out the back of that ruck. Dings now on the counter-attack. Out it goes. And Sol Tufa cuts back in. Really strong counter-attack here from Nikube. Box kick. Goes straight up. Glass contests. It just finds touch. Ref calls a knock-on into touch against the visitors. Last 5 minutes of this game, visitors still leading 17 points to 6. Things not looking. Tigers have had 35 minutes to correct the mistakes they made in the first half, Tom. Not looking too bright for them is the scoreline at the moment, with only 5 minutes to go. 4 minutes rather.
No, it's not looking too impressive. We've just seen another change as well. Looks like Warren Seals has come off, and Matt Riley's come on. So I think Ollie Glass will go in at fly half. He's gone to 10. And Matt Riley will slot back in at centre with Matt Law moving to fullback.
Dings looking strong in that scrum for the first time, but out the side goes Ailes on the blind. Beats the first man. He's brought down by the second. Tigers really woken up now. Struggling to keep the ball. Great counter ruck from Dings. Bolton on doing his best to rip the balls out of his hands then, but out it goes to Lewis Bradley. Then Ollie Glass, inside to Reece Henderson. He manages to shake one off. He's still going, shakes off another. He's brought down. Looks to be a little scrap with Jenkins and Pope there off to the side, but Tigers still with the ball, looking really dangerous. Burtwell on the ball now.
Things need to be careful not to be offside.
Matt Riley. Dings being really aggressive with the counter, right? You're right, Tom. They need to be careful. Colin James on the ball, encroaching ever closer. Burtwell again, making inches. Ollie Glass. He's gone in a bit isolated. But the ball still retained. Ailes goes himself. Brought back just inside the touchline. And over he goes. Mallinson. Referee's looking for it. Playing it back again. Can't quite see who that is. They're inches from the try line here. Dings doing everything they can to get it out. And Matt Law is the one who finally goes over. Dings weren't going to let Tigers through for anything there, Tom, and it was a bit of a Hail Mary pass out to Matt Law that finally put them over the line. We were talking just now about the dark outcome of this game for Tigers, but one more try in these last few moments might make them feel slightly better about potential loss today. That's a great team try. Tigers doing really well to be disciplined, despite Dings' every attempt to force a penalty on them. And it'll be Ollie Glass, who has a go at the conversion, but swings it really far out to the right side.
Looks like Warren's hobbling across the pitch there. He looks like he's got a bit of an injury on his quad. That's not.
He looks to have some sort of a gash across there.
1 minute to go, Joe. 6 points in it. Tigers can get a try and a conversion to win this game.
Crazy things have happened, but we'll see how this goes. If Tigers can retain the intensity we just saw, as Reece Henderson snakes his way around, trying to find a gap in the Dings line. Austin Downham now. Dings have done really, really well to keep Tigers at bay, and the penalty are awarded. Every player in blue waiting for that final whistle. And I think
they're gonna go for the points here, Joe, and
I think that might be last play. That might
And
be
that
the last
also
nail in the coffin for
takes
Tigers.
away the bonus point in the loss for Sedgley,
Not the
if he
best.
can convert it.
Not the best day to be a Tiger, but you can't win them all. And unfortunately, Tigers just waited too long to correct their mistakes and convert their efforts into points. You know, they waited till the last 3 minutes of the game even to put a try on the board, and unfortunately by then it was too late. But we'll watch Bolton send the ball over straight through the post for an extra 3 points, and that is full time. Final score: Tigers 11, Dings 20. Here at full time here at Park Lane. A great matchup between a side that's already spent a season in a team that spent a season already in National One. You know, but haven't had the pleasure of coming across Dings Crusaders before, and they've really done a number on them, Tom. You know, put the Tigers away, didn't allow them any inch when they were on the ball, and did the best to overcome the obstacles that were thrown at them throughout the game. You know, initially it was the attacking intensity from Tigers. Dings held them out, and then we mentioned before the tide turning 50-22 that ultimately led to 2 Dings tries in that first half, one from Jenkins, one from Gwilliam, and Tigers never really came back from that, I don't think, Tom. Well, what have you got to say about that second half?
Second half seemed to be a little bit of an extension of the first, and the game overall for Tigers, quite a very frustrating performance. Opening 20 minutes, they seemed to dominate the ball and really penned Dings in their own half, and they couldn't really get out. And then we saw Dings have tremendous patience and really took the chances when they had them. They didn't have too many chances in the game, but when they needed to, they got the points on the board and really took the game away from Tigers. And Sedgley were always chasing the game then, going into half without any points on the board. So full credit to Dings. They've performed. It was a very professional performance from them. But I think if you're Scott Barrow, you're probably looking at that performance from Tigers at home, and it's probably quite a difficult one to swallow, because you had the chances and a lot of the errors you made were unforced. So lots of work to be done on the training pitch in midweek, and they go again next week.
Yeah, exactly, Tom. You know, a commendable performance from the visitors. They've come away with a win. Unfortunately, Tigers were left wanting. Just waited too long to capitalise on any try scoring opportunities. But that will be it here from us at Park Lane. Full time here. Tigers 11, Dings Crusaders 20.